Hello everyone, Stephanie here, and today's video is going to be my discussion of episode 3 of The 100, season 5. I don't know why I keep going off to the side. Anyway, all I can say for no spoiler is this episode was a great continuation to the first 2 episodes. Now we're moving forward with the show and it's exciting. I hope you guys watch it. I hope you love it. If you don't, that's totally cool. Let me know why you don't like the show. Everyone has different opinions. We don't all have to like the same thing. And I'm super about that. But yes, that is all I can say for no spoiler. And yeah, hello spoilery people. I'm really excited about this episode. I got what I wanted. I don't know, I'm pretty sure maybe you guys did too. But they know Clark's alive. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So pretty much it starts off with Clark and Maddie trying to lure them. Kill them with their traps and stuff, and then they realize where they're shooting them from, and then they throw a freaking bomb at them, and Clark is injured. Maddie and Clark are running through the woods trying to get away, but she obviously realizes they're getting really, really close to them, so she has Maddie hiding, and Clark keeps going. They capture Clark. At first, I didn't want it to happen. I wanted Clark and Maddie to gather food and go hide away for a bit, but it obviously works out better that she was caught because, Bellamy and them do get to Earth, which I was super freaking excited about. And we'll get to that in a moment. But Clark, I like that Clark was really quiet the whole time. She didn't want to give him that advantage. She didn't want to tell him anything. She thought Maddie would be okay. But obviously they find out about Maddie, and then that's when she decides to tell them, hey, she's just a child. Please do not kill her. I'll tell you whatever it is you need to know. And I kind of like the woman prisoner. The more I watch her, the more it's okay, you are tough. For whatever reason, you were on that ship. And she's one of those characters that I feel we're going to learn, I think, to love her. Or maybe I'm going to learn to love her. I do actually enjoy her so far, and that's that we haven't seen a whole lot of them. I can't wait to see more about their backstory, or at least maybe hers. And the guy that was with her, who I also don't remember their names. I will learn them eventually. But she, at first, she's kill on sight, shoot, because she, Maddie. And then when she tells her, no, please, she's just a child, and that I'll tell you everything you need to know, she's okay, stand down. They realize that, Clark wasn't lying. Maddie was leading them into a trap that they would have lost some more men. So I'm glad that they realized that, which that ends up getting fucked over when Bellamy and them come down, but we'll get to that in a moment. So now the woman is just asking, how did the world end? And I like how Clark's response, which time? Which story do you want to know? Because it ended fucking twice, and it's crazy everything that's happened. So obviously these prisoners have been in space since before the first wave of radiation ever hit, those 100 years ago. They've been in sleep in their spaceship, and they were supposed to be for mining and stuff, taking them somewhere. How they even got awake, who knows? Maybe it was a guard or someone who did that. Maybe it was Allie. That is actually very likely. Allie was fucking crazy. Because Becca Primefire was pretty cool. But Allie, that little digital freaking crazy person, maybe she had something to do with tapping in and waking up the freaking prisoners, and then they took over the ship. Maybe she wanted them to come down to Earth. Oh my god, I have no idea now. The possibilities are endless, because how did they wake up? All of them were asleep, or was it only a portion of them that were asleep? I don't know. We're gonna find that out eventually. But that would be kind of awesome if Allie was tied into how the prisoners, the ones that are awake right now, if she was responsible for waking them up, and then they kill all the guards. So that would be very interesting. But then we see Raven and them up in space, making their way over to the spaceship, and then they get there, they trigger the alarms, they realize, hey, someone's on our ship. The people down, the prisoners. I'm just going to call every single one of them the prisoners. Prisoner woman and prisoner guy are the ones that were with Clark. Prisoner asshole is the one that wanted to put the collar on her and was happy when they put the collar on her. But that's when they realized, oh, geez Louise, that they think Clark was lying when she said it was just her and Maddie. But again, we'll get to that in a moment. So they're up in space, they're in the new spaceship, they're trying to see if they have the specific type of fuel to go with their little rocket ship down to Earth. And then, they find out they have it. They're walking. Echo discovers there's 300 prisoners who were in like Cairo sleep or whatever they call it. And they do this thing from Earth called Kodiak. And what was Kodiak? Is to start waking up the freaking prisoners from their sleep. So that's crazy. Thankfully, they do manage to make it so they can't wake them up anymore. They take away that privilege from them. The problem is, someone has to stay on the freaking ship to use that as the actual bargaining tool. Because if she blocks the signal, aka Raven, from people on Earth, those prisoners being able to wake these up, that means they, from Earth, also would not be able to wake them up or kill them. Whatever it is they needed to do. They needed that bargaining chip, because at that moment, while they're up there, they think they have Octavia. Remember, they still think that Clark's dead. And I really do actually love the part where Murphy was like, we should just kill them all. And they were like, we're not gonna kill all of these people. First off, they're mass murderers and horrible people. But, you know, I guess whatever. And I love it though when Murphy was like, if Clark was here, this wouldn't even been, like, she wouldn't have hesitated. She would have already killed him. And I was like, and then they're like, yeah, but Clark isn't here. She's gone. And I'm like, no, she's not. You guys are going to see her soon as you guys manage to get down to Earth, which they do. We'll talk about that again in a moment. So they're flipping out. I love that Echo was like, hey, why can't, if we can block them, like pretty much like saying, hey, can we block them from doing it, but use it as our bargaining chip? And they're like, yes, actually we can. That's a great idea. And I love though that Bellamy included Murphy. He's like, Murphy, what do you think? Because I feel that Murphy is excluded sometimes. He's not like the others. He's not smart like the others in the sense where, or he doesn't even have that ambition to want to learn to do certain things on the ship. I think he thinks of himself as like worthless in some ways, which is horrible. And I really do dislike it. But I feel like he thinks of them that way. And we also figure out at that point that Amori was the one that kicked John out of like their little bunker or like their little room, because he wasn't doing anything to help make life easier for them on like the ark. Okay, like I get that, and it was actually really sad to find that out. So he obviously did not feel so great about himself. And then the thing is like Murphy's not a horrible person. Like I said, he's a freaking marshmallow inside, but he's better at like being the conniving guy, the one that gets you pissed off. He's a good distraction, but he's a hothead at the same time. So it was nice to see that Bellamy took that moment to ask him, what do you think? Let's not exclude him. He is a part of the group. He is one of us. He's on this ship with us. He has a say so. And he thinks even though it's a chance, it's something that, you know, it might actually work. So they agree. They're going to block the signal from the prisoners on Earth so they can't do the whole Kodiak thing anymore, which is waking the prisoners on the ship up. And when they leave the room, they don't actually realize that the first guy, like on the bottom row, wakes up and he attempts to kill them. Obviously, it takes him a minute, dude. Like, are you supernatural beings or something? I don't know, but you got like 1, 2, 3 people trying to kill this guy. I don't understand. And that's that Echo had a freaking sword with her, and it was still really difficult. But anyway, while they're in the room and Raven's trying to do her little magical stuff, trying to figure out a way to block them but still have access from Earth themselves, she realizes they can't. But also they see a video of like a pilot or something who was talking about how the prisoners have gone crazy and they're killing all of the guards. They burst in through the room, which Bellamy looks is the exact room they're in at that moment, and he realizes that there's a woman who looks at a mug on a thing. And I like that he takes that with them, because that's proving to them, we were on your ship. So he takes that mug, he puts it away to show the woman later on. And then we find out that there has to be someone who stays on the ship in order to use that bargaining tool. And Raven's here telling Bellamy, it's okay, there's escape pods. Like if anything happens and that backfires, I can kill them and escape through the escape pod. There's always one for a captain and for the, like, what do you call it? Co-pilot or whatever. And he's like, okay, fine, whatever. And they're all making their way. Amori's freaking out because she's now the one that's going to have to land the ship on Earth. And she didn't do such a great job of trying to get them into the thing. But she's freaking out. They're all loading. And then Bellamy notices that Murphy's walking the other way. And he's like, hey, you're going the other way. He's like, no, I'm going to stay. Raven needs someone to be here with her. I don't want her to be alone. And I love how Amori looks at him, because that is what John's good for. That is what we know Murphy for. Murphy's the one that is there for you at the end of the day. Like, you know, he was there for Raven when Raven was kind of going crazy with the whole Allie thing that left scars in her, like, mental capacity. And I love how she looks at him, because it's like, yes, he has his own way of helping you guys on the ship. It's not the same as, like, you know, learning to do farming or learning to do this or learning to land spacecraft or anything. But Murphy has his ways, and I love how she looks at him. But the problem is, they all leave. They're gone. Murphy goes to where Raven is, and Raven's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I thought you needed company. You know, there's escape pods. Anyway, she's like, there's no escape pods. I told that to Bellamy so he would let me stay behind and he wouldn't give me a hard time. I'm the only one that can do this. He would not have let me stay behind if I hadn't told him that bullshit lie. And then Murphy's pretty much like, shit, well, that's just great. And I'm like, how are you guys gonna get down? Like, after Jahaj's death, I don't even know what to expect anymore. I don't know if we're gonna lose a lot more of our favorite main characters. So I'm not expecting them to die, but I'm not expecting it also, because we honestly do not know. And I'm honestly low-key really freaking out. But they're on the spaceship. They're making their way down. This is Bellamy, Echo, Monty, Harper, and Amori. They're making their way down to Earth. And remember, they were able to hear them on the radio because their radios are a lot better. And it was able to break through that whole, like, radiation stuff. So they hear these people. They're going down there expecting a big old fight. And they're expecting to find all of the grounders from, like, the bunker and the people from Arcadia to be above ground. And that maybe it was Octavia, because, you know, they said she was a feisty one. If only they knew it was Clark. Oh my god, this is the part where I really start getting freaking excited. So they're getting down. Omori does a fantastic freaking job of landing, and I'm hoping that that's going to help them go back up. And maybe to get Raven and Murphy, but who knows? Like, how screwed they're gonna be. Like, who really knows how screwed they're gonna be? We'll find out eventually. And so they land, and then there's these guys, and they're there, like, oh, get down on the ground, get down on the ground. They're like, okay, no problem. And then you know, those guys let her know that, hey, there's other people out here. So then that's the part where she thinks Clark was lying to her, and she tells the guy, put the collar or something like that on, and they put a collar, which is like an electrocuting collar. And I'm like, I really do not like that guy. I hope he dies very soon. Like, there's no redemption for him. You could just tell he's going to be that horrible character that needs to freaking die. There's always the one, and he's the one. And so now she's getting electrocuted because she thinks that she lied. But really, she wasn't lying. It was just her and Maddie. I mean, she hasn't told him about the 1,000 people that are underground a ways away. But they'll figure that out eventually, okay? And, yeah, so then all of a sudden the guys, like, die. The ones, like, the prisoners die. And then Bellamy and them are like, oh my god, yeah, the people are there. But then he sees this little girl, a young girl, and she's just like, Bellamy? Clark said she would come. And then they're all like, all of their faces just kind of like, and then he's like, Clark's alive? He was like, yeah, but she needs our help. And I was just like, you guys know that Clark's alive now. And I was so excited because all I wanted was for Bellamy to see Clark, because it has eaten him away for 6 years thinking that he left Clark to die on Earth. And it's like, no, baby, like, no, she's not dead. She's very much alive, and she's waiting for you. So the girl's driving him to the area where they're at, and he tells them, give me a moment, make sure that everything's okay, and then I'll let you guys know when you can leave, and then just go away from here. Let him handle Clark. So he gets off of the truck, and Clark is looking like, what the heck? That's the rover who's in there. And then he gets off the truck, and then he, like, you know, like, she sees him. And I just love it because you could see, like, oh my god, Bob Morley did such a great job because his face was just utter shock. It was just like this disbelief of, like, he's seeing her. She's alive. The past 6 years I thought she was dead, but she's alive. And it was so amazing because he lets him know, you kill her and your 288 people on your ship are going to die. And then he shows her the mug, which I think is great because that's the woman he saw messing with it. So now he's like, oh, this is perfect. I'm glad I brought it. I can show her. And then that's when he lets the others go. He tells them, okay, you guys can go now. And then she's like, oh, she must be very important to you. And it's like, yes, she is important to me. And I'm just like, you guys know that she's alive, and I'm so excited, and they're gonna figure it out because the two brains are back together, and I love it so much. I'm like, you have no idea. I was getting emotional. I was so excited. I was like, yes, Bellamy and Clark are together again. And then the show pretty much ends. So we have to wait for the next episode. Honestly, we might have to wait for not the next episode, the episode after, because I think the next episode is gonna focus on everyone in the bunker. Based on the preview that they showed, it looks like shit's gotten really bad down there. Like, at first I was like, oh, okay, she has control. Everyone fights to the death if you've done something horrible. But then you see, like, little snippets of Kane pretty much saying, like, what have we done? Or how far, look at how far we've come type thing. Like, look at what we've become. Something along those lines. And you just see him, like, kind of freaking out in his little, like, I guess, cell. And it's like, what really has been going on like the past 6 years? Obviously we only saw what happened 40 something days, like 46 days after they first went under there, and then like that's that whole second episode. It's just 46 days after, and the last little like minute of it is a snippet of how things are now, but we don't really know what's happened, how Octavia has become. I mean, obviously Octavia's hard as shit and she's badass, I get that, but has she taken too seriously what Jaha told her, or have things just really depleted that badly in terms of food and needing to take this? Because if not, I mean, for right now, they think they're stuck there forever. They might never come out of there. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case, but we still do not know how long it's going to be before they come out. Maybe it won't even happen till the end of the season. But you see Kane, and now Kane's there, and he almost looks like hopeless. He looks like the life's been sucked out of him, you know, when he enters in the arena. And it's like, are we going to lose another character? Or is Kane, like, I really hope and believe, is he going to prove that, like, no, I can't leave. I can't leave Abby alone. And that's assuming Abby's still alive, because we don't know what's happened those 6 years. We do not know who that we love is still actually there, because we got so little of the current situation that they're in. So I'm excited to see what the hell's going on, and I can't wait for the next episode and the next discussion. But comment down below how you think this show has been going. Are you happy that Bellamy knows Clark is alive? Like, I'm so ecstatic. It's crazy how happy I am. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you guys think of the season so far. And also, they were renewed for a 6th season already, which makes me really, really happy. Again, all-time favorite show. It needs to keep going, not forever, but it needs to definitely like not end anytime soon, because there's a lot of story to tell. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I really hope you did. I'm loving discussing this show. Comment down below again what you're thinking so far, what you would like me to discuss specifically next time. Maybe there's something I'm not covering on the episode, maybe a reaction you're expecting that I haven't given you yet, so go ahead and let me know. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.